You finally wrote the book God put on your heart. You spent months, maybe years, writing it, praying over it, editing it, maybe second guessing it, going back and rewriting chapters. And then you finally did it. You published the book. Maybe your family bought it, your friends bought it, a few women from church bought it. You posted about it on Instagram and Facebook, and for a few days, there was some momentum, some excitement. But then things got quiet, and now this book that you genuinely believe could help people is sitting on Amazon, reaching a tiny fraction of the people you thought it would reach. If that's you, I need you to hear something. This is not a writing problem or a faith problem. It is likely a reach problem, and reach can be built. I'm Amanda Hayhurst. I am a Christian author. I self-published Pray for Him that the Lord used to help now over 100,000 women learn how to move from fix and control to surrender and prayer. That book is now with a traditional publishing house, and I'm just so humbled by the fact that a publisher even wanted to partner with me and to get it into bookstores and places I could never imagine. I am a publishing mentor. I am super, super passionate about helping you not only learn how to publish with excellence, but how to learn how to reach every single person who needs the message that God gave you. One of the biggest mistakes that I see authors make is spending 95% of their energy on creating the book and about 5% thinking about how anyone is actually going to find it. We treat publishing like the finish line, but publishing is not the finish line. It's the starting line, because you can write the most beautiful, powerful, life-changing book in the world, but if the people who need it never know it exists, they can't read it. So in this video, I want to show you 4 shifts that can take your message from reaching a few dozen people in probably your immediate circle to reaching people you may have never met, in cities you've never visited, in countries you've never been to, and potentially for years and years after you publish it. And none of these require you to become a pushy salesperson. They require you to be a good steward. I wish more authors knew a good book does not automatically find its readers. I know we want that to be true, especially as Christian authors. We can start believing that if God really gave us this message, then surely He will make sure everyone who needs it somehow discovers it. And of course, God can do anything, but throughout Scripture, we also see God entrusting people with something and then asking them to steward it. There was still obedience involved. There was still work involved. There were still steps that they had to take. And I think we need to stop treating marketing like it's somehow separate from the assignment. If God gave you something worth saying, why wouldn't you also do everything you can to make sure that the people who need that message know that it exists? That is not self-promotion, that is stewardship. There's a difference between saying, "Everybody, look at me," and saying, "I have something that I believe could help you." Those are 2 completely different postures. Marketing is not self-promotion. Marketing can be stewardship. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine 2 Christian authors. We'll call them author A and author B. Both of them have powerful testimonies. Both have spent years walking through something difficult with God. Both genuinely believe that God has asked them to turn what they've learned into a book. And let's say both books are equally good. Author A spends a year writing hers. She hires an editor. She gets a beautiful cover. She uploads it onto Amazon, and then launch day comes. She posts, "Hey, my book is finally here." Her friends congratulate her. Her family shares the post. Her church buys some copies. It feels exciting. And then nothing. So she keeps posting the cover. "Have you ordered your copy yet? Don't forget, my book's available on Amazon." But the same people keep seeing those posts, and eventually she even gets tired talking about it. And after a few months, the book is barely reaching the people it's meant for. Now let's look at author B. He wrote a book of the exact same quality, but while he was writing it, he started asking a different question. Not how do I sell my book, but where are the people who need this message already looking for help? That question changes everything. Maybe his book is about anxiety. So months before it's published, he starts creating content, answering questions like, how do I trust God when I'm afraid of the future? What Bible verses help with anxiety? How do I stop trying to control everything? He creates a free resource. 5 prayers to pray when anxiety takes over. People download it. They join his email list. And then he starts emailing them once a week. He's not constantly saying, hey, buy my book. He's serving them, he's teaching them, he's encouraging them, he's helping them. And by the time the book comes out, something completely different happens. He doesn't release his book to an empty room. He releases it to people who already know this man understands what I'm walking through. And that's the bridge. The same message, one is built on a bridge. And once those people read the book, they start recommending it. They give it to friends, they post it, they bring it to Bible study. Someone searches that same question 6 months later and finds his old videos, his old content. Someone else discovers his free resource, someone joins his email list, and now the book has a pathway for discovery. Same message, completely different reach. The first shift is this: we have to stop writing and marketing to everyone. A book for everyone usually reaches no one deeply, and I see this constantly. I'll ask an author, who is your book for? And they'll say, Christian women. But which women? Well, any woman. That's not your reader. Or they'll say, this book is for Christians. There are billions of Christians in the world. That is not specific enough. Here's what I want you to understand. Specificity does not shrink your reach, it creates connection. The reader needs to look at your book and think, oh my goodness, this is for me. Not, oh, this could probably maybe apply to me. So we have to get more specific. This is for a Christian woman who loves God, but is exhausted from trying to control everything around her. Now I can picture her. I know what keeps her up at night. I know what she's typing into Google. I know what she might be searching for on YouTube. I know what she is praying about. We learn what language to use in the book, what language to use on the back cover. How to create content that will literally get her to stop scrolling. This is identifying your reader. It becomes the foundation for your entire marketing strategy. Ask yourself, what is happening in my reader's life when she realizes she needs this book? What is she worried about? What has she already tried? What does she wish someone would tell her? What is she typing into Google at 11:30 at night? What transformation is she desperate for? That is where the marketing starts. Not with your book, but with your reader. So don't start with the book, start with the reader. And when one specific person feels deeply seen by your book, that person will tell 10 other people about it. She'll say, you have to read this. That's how a message travels. The second shift is treat excellence as part of the ministry. Christian authors sometimes get uncomfortable talking about things like cover design, formatting, branding, photography, sales pages. I get it because I have been there before. It can feel superficial, but they are not superficial if they're affecting whether someone that truly desperately needs your book will find it. Excellence matters. If the cover looks homemade, if the formatting is difficult to read, if there are typos everywhere, if the subtitle doesn't clearly hit the felt need. With my book, Pray for Him, I crossed out change and then wrote pray for him. It was very specific to the felt need of change. You want the reader to know exactly in a split second that that book is going to help her move from A to B. So don't let presentation become a barrier to the message. I tell authors all the time, you do not need the most expensive everything. You don't need a $10,000 cover. You don't need a giant publishing team, but you do need to understand the standard your reader is used to seeing. Your book is sitting on the same Amazon page as traditionally published books backed by major publishing houses. You want your book to look so good that they cannot tell that you self-published it. The third shift is to build the bridge before you need it. This is probably the shift I wish I could make every author understand. Before they publish, they need to be doing things to build that bridge. If your launch plan begins on launch day, you are already late. You want to build the bridge while you're writing the book. And your bridge does not need to be complicated. I would start with 3 things. one audience, one email list, and one primary content platform. That is enough. You don't need to be on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, Pinterest, and maybe starting a podcast. Choose where your reader is most likely to find you and get consistent at serving them there. Then create something valuable enough that they're willing to give you their email address. This is what we call a lead magnet. And please don't overcomplicate this. It could literally be just like a prayer guide, a list of scripture, a journal page, a checklist. For Pray for Him, it was just the first prayer from the book that I wrote. And so it just needs to help move them along in their healing. And then this is so important. Don't just collect email addresses to collect them. Build a relationship with those people. Serve them. See it as ministry. Tell stories. Teach them what you're learning. Share pieces of the message of your book in your emails. Social media followers are wonderful, but you don't own your social media audience. Algorithms can change. Platforms can change. Your email gives a direct way to communicate with the people who have already raised their hands and said, I want more of what they are writing. So followers are borrowed, your email list is yours. And then create content that has a life beyond the day you post it. Here's the part I want you to catch though. You do not have to constantly create content about your book. Create content about the problem your book solves. That's a huge difference. And you can use the same type of freebie every time you post. Like I think I have 3 freebies now that I kind of rotate through. So with Pray for Him, like I said, it was the prayer. For the book that I just finished on shame, it was a guide to help women learn how to shed their shame. So if your book is about anxiety, answer the question that anxious Christians are actually asking. And then your book becomes the natural next step because they want more of what you are writing. It's a ministry that creates a pathway. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I was going to publish my book and then worry about marketing, it's okay. You have time to build the bridge. Okay, so the 4th shift is the difference between a book that sells for 3 weeks and a book that keeps reaching people. Stop thinking only about your launch. Start thinking about the ecosystem around your book. Authors put so much pressure on themselves during launch week. Like, I need so many pre-orders. I need everybody posting at once. I need to hit a bestsellers list. And yes, launches do matter, but I would much rather help you build something that sells books consistently for years down the road. And you don't want something that creates a spike for a few days and then it dies off. What happens after someone discovers you? Let's say someone finds your content on social media. What happens next? Maybe they download your free prayer guide. And then what? They receive a welcome email. And then another email that tells your story. And then another that teaches something valuable. And then perhaps another email that says, hey, if this is what you're walking through, I actually wrote an entire book to help you go deeper. That is a system that works for you while you sleep. Or maybe someone buys your book on Amazon and inside the book there's a QR code inviting them to download a companion resource. Now that anonymous person on Amazon has now just become someone that's part of your community. They download the resource, they join your email list, and they hear from you again. Maybe 6 months later, you release another book. You don't have to start from zero. Do you see the difference? So don't build a launch, build an ecosystem. Every piece of content connects to another piece, and once you learn how to do all of this once, your next book is literally just put into the same ecosystem of what you've been doing that's already been working. And that's what I mean when I say your message should outlast the energy you can put into it. Like, you shouldn't have to wake up every morning thinking, oh, what can I post today? Like, oh my gosh, I hope someone bought my book today. That's exhausting and it's not sustainable. Build assets, build content, build an email sequence, build book funnels. These are pathways that continue to serve people again and again and again. And that's how your book can reach someone while you're sleeping. Hello, who doesn't want that? That's how someone can discover your message 2 years after you publish it. And that's how you stop relying on your own daily hustle to keep your message alive. So let me make this really practical. If you're writing a book right now and you're thinking, okay, what should I actually do this week? Here's where I would start. First, write down one sentence describing exactly who your book is for, not just Christian men or women. Get very specific. Second, write down the 5 biggest questions that person is asking. Those 5 questions just become your first 5 pieces of content. third, create one free resource that helps them take one small step towards the transformation that your book offers. Fourth, create a simple way to tell them to join your email list to receive that content. And fifth, start showing up consistently. That's it. You don't need 100,000 followers. You don't need a viral reel. You don't need a giant launch budget. You need to start building the bridges. Because here is something that I wish I knew. An audience of 500 people can be far more valuable than an audience of 50,000 wrong people. So don't chase numbers. Build trust, solve problems, and then keep showing up. If you're watching this and thinking, I have the message, I know God has called me to write this book, maybe you've even written the book, but you just don't have any of the other stuff, good, because you can build it. You are not too late. You don't need to become a marketing expert overnight. You just need to understand the path. And I actually created a free roadmap to help you do exactly that. It walks you through the entire publishing journey that I walked through with Pray for Him, where I sold over 100,000 books as a self-published author. That book is now with a traditional publishing house, and I think it can really help you. So comment publishing below, and I will make sure to get you that link. You don't have to do everything today. You just need to take the next right step. You are stewarding a message. There may be someone sitting in their car 6 months from now crying and asking God for help. And the message He gave you contains exactly the encouragement that he needs, that she needs. There may be someone searching YouTube at midnight for the very thing you have spent years learning. There may be a reader who finds your book 3 years from now and hands it to someone else. You don't know how far the message can travel, but you can build the bridge that gives somewhere for it to go. So write the book, publish it with excellence, build the audience, and create the systems. And then trust God with what He does with your obedience. And I actually created a program called the Authority Book Academy that helps take authors from their manuscript to a book that is consistently reaching the person that God intended for it to reach. I am so proud of this. It's helped so many people. It's everything that I learned in publishing Pray for Him. And I would love to have a conversation with you if that sounds like something that might help you. And so make sure that you click below to be able to book a call with me just to learn more and to see if maybe you are a good fit.